All right, last month I attended the Greatness is Upon You tour presented by Eric Thomas and Sean Terry. In that, Sean Terry had a little segment in which he calls his triangle effect. Part of that is the spiritual law of attraction. Now this is really a new age type theory. There's not really any scientific proof behind it, but it makes sense. You see, what the spiritual law of attraction is, at least in this context, is that if you think about something chronically, it's your chronic thoughts, those things will happen. If you think positive thoughts about something, good things. If you think negative all the time, bad things will continue to happen. Here's an example. Take somebody who maybe they were just completely hooked on drugs, they're a complete junkie, and they're living in Chicago. They say one day, I'm going to pack up, I'm going to move to Fort Lauderdale, and I'm going to be clean. 6 months later, they're right back into that same type of crowd that they were hanging out with. Why? Their chronic thought didn't change. All they could think about was their old life, and so they brought people like that right back into their new life. Here's another example. Think about a man or a woman who's dated somebody, and they end up like a complete jerk, a complete a-hole out there, right? They break up with that person because some bad event happens, whatever it might be. But 3 months later, they're basically dating the same person all over again. It's a new face, but the same attitude. And why? That chronic thought that they have, that's the kind of person they think about, or that's the way that they project themselves to be. And so those are the people that they attract and bring into their own lives. Again, it's that chronic thought process. If you think about this type of person, they just keep reappearing in your life over and over and over. Again, there's no scientific proof as to this law of attraction working. It's called the spiritual law of attraction. There's no way to measure it. But when you think about it, it really does seem to come true. Think about the friends that you have in your life. Are they positive people, or are they all negative all the time? Or do you know somebody that always has bad things happen to them and nope, never their fault, nothing, no, it's always somebody else is always screwing them over. But in reality, it's them. They have those thoughts that are triggering their actions, and it's drawing people like that into their life. So this week, think about what kind of thoughts are you giving off. A few weeks ago, I talked about having a positive mental attitude and how that can help you. That needs to always be your main focus. But whatever else you're thinking about, think about it in a positive light. That way good things will continue to happen. You don't want to be that person that always thinks bad stuff happens to you, because you're going to think about bad stuff, and bad stuff will begin to appear in your life because your thought process is that of the negative side. That's all I got this week. See everybody next week.